welcome to a special stream. What is this, Wednesday? Special Wednesday stream. We're going to be doing the session 0 for Tom. Say hello, Tom.
Howdy, howdy.
And so Tom's going to be joining us on our stream this upcoming Sunday. And so I wanted to do a session 0 for him to kind of bring him into the campaign. Hitting the ground running, being able to roleplay his character a little bit and things like that. So that's what we're doing today.
Fun stuff.
All right.
Fun stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to let everyone know we live.
Oh.
Just if anyone else wants to come.
Yeah.
All right. So we are going to start. How the hell do I say? Is it Frox? Fox?
Oh, his last name?
Yeah.
So Shenadiv Frosk.
Frox. Like Froskaren. Frosk.
Yeah, with a hard K at the end. Yep.
Frosk. I got it. All right. So I'm going to take you to... Oh, wait. Hold on. Yes. Okay. Let me take you to the map. Oh, wait. I want to go here first. So, you might recognize this place.
A little bit.
Something that I thought with Lucas the other day was that the future of Dungeons and Dragons is probably Exandria, so we might as well start using it. And so I decided to use the city of Whitestone as the city that Shenandev is from.
Okay, I'm down for that.
Yeah, you said, a kind of like, northern cold kind of a place, and I was like, well, that's Whitestone. And
okay.
yeah, and so in Whitestone there is the ruling council, and there is still a somebody on the throne, and there's the Sun Tree still in the middle of the town that is this divine blessing from Paladine, and your clan, the Frosk clan of Silver Dragonborn, have lived in this city since your clan found the Sun Tree and settled down here, and as the human kind of civilization grew up around you as well, your clan was asked to not only protect the Sun Tree, but also to become the royal guards of the ruler of Whitestone. And so there is part of your clan that participates as being the royal guards of Whitestone. And so we actually start our story on a brisk morning in Whitestone. You, Shiv, wake up, and you find yourself just at home where you live with your family. And you share a room here with your uncle Egan, who seems to have gotten up early already. And you can hear there's some raucous laughter coming from outside. So clearly your older brother, Doryu, is here for a little bit before he probably has to go on to his shift. What would you like to do?
So I'm gonna get out of my bed, quickly make my bed. It's because I'm eager to start the day. And I heading towards looking for Egan.
Yeah. As you come out, you see that your brother, sister, mom, and dad are all in the courtyard, talking with each other. And double check for me. Do you have control of your token? So you should be
Oh,
able to click it and move it around.
hey, look at me go!
All right, now
Okay,
I want to show you a cool Roll20 thing you can do as
okay,
well. So, click on your token,
okay.
and then as you drag it, when holding left click, right? So keep your finger on left click on your token, right click, and then right click again. So dragging your token along, you see, so you can do this.
Oh, is it like seeing the movement speed? Is that what I'm doing?
So that's it's seeing how many feet you've moved, right? So,
Right.
and then when you let go, it'll move your token along that yellow line. So
Okay. I was doing it earlier, but now it's not letting me.
yeah, so you just kind of you pick up your token basically,
Uh,
and then you can right click, and then you can right click again. Ooh, you did it. Try it again.
okay, got it. Okay, okay. So I click, and then there we go.
Yeah, there you go. So when
Okay.
you're doing it in combat, like that's a good way to be like, oh, okay, I moved 30 feet, so I'm gonna go here,
Oh,
here, here,
that
here,
is handy.
and then you can do that.
Okay, that's a handy little son of a gun right there. Okay.
Yep. So that's a nifty Roll20 trick for you.
Awesome. I'm gonna actually write that down so I don't forget. Okay.
Yeah. Uh, so as you come out, your your mother notices you first, and she waves at you, and she says, "Oh, Shiv, dear, come say hello to your brother and sister before they leave for their shifts at the castle."
All right. I eagerly walk up and is this is young Shiv, right? Just making
This is
sure.
young.
This is like
This is Shiv. Right as he's like joining the guard. So
oh yeah.
he just joined the guard.
Good morning, Dory. How are you?
Ah, good brother. I am good. So proud of you that you were able to join us.
I'm excited, brother. I'm so excited. Can't wait to be just as strong as you, if not stronger.
We both know that's never gonna happen.
Oh, we'll see. You're getting old now, as it is.
You see as he gets that look of he gets in his eyes when he's about to throw down with you, and your father just kind of clears his throat and says, now is not the time."
Yes, father. Sorry about that. I look over and I quietly, as best as I could without father noticing, just like give him a quick shove.
Yeah, he like as you go to like shove him, he like almost gets you in a headlock before your father like clears his throat again, and the two of you just like straighten up. And you see your sister Kimba standing next to you, and she just rolls her eyes at you. Uh, you can see here I got some pictures of your family. This is your brother,
Oh, what
uh,
did I do?
Doryu, and your sister Kimba. And then this is your mother, Delinda,
It's
and
you. All right.
then your father, Anguius,
Oh,
or is it
okay.
Anguish?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
Anguius, I think. I think it's Anguius.
And then, as you kind of are standing next to your father, you see that your uncle Egan is standing inside the shrine.
Perfect. Okay. Um, I give my brother just one of those like gladiator handshakes, just wishing him a good day. Where we grab each other's forearms and I
Oh
give him a
yeah,
good shake.
Dylan,
Um,
you son of a bitch. Yeah.
Dylan, got you pushing too many pencils. Um, but after that, I give my sister a nod and I give sort of just a good morning hello to like father and mother. And then he's gonna run in there to uh, say good morning to Egan.
All right. Yeah, you're the rest of your family kind of continues just the conversation they were having before you came out. As you come in, you can see that your uncle Egan is he's kneeling in front of the statue to Paladine, and you can see that he has like some incense burning, and that he appears to be praying.
Okay. Young and ignorant Shiv here is not really gonna be like as courteous as possible. He just doesn't realize what's happening yet, so he's just gonna run in and be like, "Morning, Uncle Egan."
Good morning, my nephew. How did you sleep?
You know, like a million gold. Not a big deal at all. Excited to start my day. Getting ready to hopefully be a soldier soon. I'm sure you've heard.
Yes, I have heard. You know, when our clan first came to these mountains, we were tasked by Paladine to protect this place and protect his blessing, not protect the human lords.
I understand. You remind me almost every day.
I'm not mad. I just thought you might be different, but I was wrong. However, I am happy that you are excited. All, uh, you have enough pressure from other places, you don't need it from me. So, I am excited for you, Shiv.
Thank you, Uncle. You know that I do have the best intentions for protecting this place. Everything was a blessing of Paladine here. I want to make sure that it stays that way. I'm not doing this just for the humans. I'm just excited to serve.
No man can serve two masters. But, come here. Come pray with me and receive Paladine's blessing on your day.
Shiv gives a nod and like nervously, like he doesn't do this very often, so he's still a little nervous of like praying and doesn't know exactly what the best way to do it is. He sits down and kind of just eyes like side eyes his uncle, just sort of like following his movements and just praying. And just closes his eyes, kind of opens one eye to look, and then closes his eyes again.
Perfect. So, from there, we cut to one of your first days of training up at the old castle. So one of the cool things in Roll20 is I can sling you around like that. And so you have been around the castle, and you've been around the barracks, and you've been around a lot of the other royal guards. You know a lot of the older guards. Your dad is captain of the guard. Your brother is one of the most highly decorated royal guards, and your sister is the personal guard of the queen. So your family has quite the pedigree and reputation throughout the city. So even when you walk around the city, people kind of give you this bit of a wide berth, this air of respect because of who your family is. So naturally, because of that, Shiv has had a hard time making friends, and right on your first day at guard camp, I guess is a good way of putting it. Uh,
Like a
you
basic training sort of thing,
your
right?
basic training sort of thing, right? Yeah, like your guard classes, like kind of like because you still have to earn your way. You're not just going to be grandfathered in, and
Right.
so. During this first week of classes, you meet a a young human man with blonde hair and blue eyes, and he as you guys are kind of finishing up for the day, he comes over to you and he introduces himself and he says, "Sup, man? My name is Eli Hawkins. You're quite a beast out there."
Thanks, Eli. Can I say, pretty strong, not a big deal. Call me Shenadiv.
You got a nickname?
Call me Shiv for short.
Shiv. Well, I mean, I don't know. You're one of the strongest people my age that I've ever seen.
You're not half bad yourself. I've seen you out there. And out of curiosity, this is Tom speaking, I guess. So with the personal guards, is it like for someone like his age, or even just like a human, is this like a rare occasion for like a human at his age to be part of the guard?
Totally. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we don't around here for a few years. My family's been serving as personal guards to the rulers here, and not a lot of people around your age, nor like humans, entering as personal guards. So I've been kind of keeping an eye on you, and quite skilled yourself.
Yeah. Well, I'm not as strong per se, but I'm very quick and pretty handy with the blade. So, and he kind of like takes his rapier out and flourishes it in front of you and slides it back into its sheath. He's very talented.
I'm impressed. Maybe maybe we can spar sometime and see how strong you really are.
I think I would very much enjoy that. Uh, you doing anything after practice? You want to grab a drink?
Drink. I mean, sure. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, drink. Alcohol. Do you not drink?
Yeah. Um, not not necessarily. I haven't really gone out that much.
Oh well, my friend. Allow me to show you a good time.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Let's go after training then.
All right. And so you and Eli go out for drinks after training, and you guys are. Do you think that Shiv has ever gone to like one of the local bars?
Oh God, no. Like I think for my interpretation of him, because from what I was looking at, Dragonborns like reach adulthood at 15. He's like 15.
Yeah.
He hasn't
Mm-hmm.
really like gone out very much.
Yeah.
He's usually just been staying at home and like going to the castle when his like family's there. But other than that, he doesn't really like go out as much.
Yeah. He's kind of sticks around the compound.
Yep.
uh,
So I'm assuming he's not a drinker.
Yeah, so you and Eli walks in first, and you come in after him, and as your feet kind of clunk clunk on into the room, you see heads turn right, and because for a 15-year-old, you stand what 6 foot something.
Yeah, like at that time, I think like 6'4", 6'5", something
So
like that.
yeah, so you tower over, even Eli as you're walking behind him, and so as you kind of enter, all the heads in the bar kind of turn. You see that Eli kind of saunters forward. He has a quite a bit of charisma about him, and he walks up to the bartender and says, "Finest glass of ale for me and my new friend." And the bartender, brings the drinks, and he slides one over to you, and he says, "So, Shiv, tell me about yourself."
Well, I mean, I feel like there's not much to say. I mean, the son of the captain of the guard. Um, family's
You
been
see he like chokes on his drink. He's like, "Oh, what? You're Anguius' son?"
at Captain Anguius. Yep, he's my father. And training all of the kids to make sure that they can hopefully step in for his shoes when he's done. So
Did not
yeah, I'm the newest member.
did not know that.
I mean, how could you not know that? I mean, DCS.
Uh, I, now that you mention it, I see it. But I mean, I not to. It's hard to distinguish between Dragonborn faces for me sometimes. You know,
It's totally understandable. Totally
I'm
understandable.
sorry, man. I'm so sorry. But yeah, that's kind of explains why no one was hanging around you. Um,
Yeah, I based on just the way I grew up and the way my family is, a lot of people didn't want to stick around. Kind of afraid of me, I think.
seems kind of like I don't know, lonely. Got to be a lot of pressure having to live up to all of that family.
See, he gets a little flustered as he's like, "No, no, it's fine. I have my family. My family are my friends. I've got my brother, my sister, my uncle, whole clan. I have them." But then he like takes a sip, and it's new to him. Not a fan so far, but he doesn't want to embarrass himself in front of Eli. So
So you never
joking
had
in.
like, you know, a crush on a woman or anything of that nature? No fraternizing with the fairer sex?
He starts spitting out his drink. He's like, "What? What? No, 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 no." I at a young age, I've been practicing, getting ready to be a soldier. I didn't have time for that.
Well, how are we supposed to make more little soldiers if we don't make time for that?
Well, basically, from my understanding, once I get the right age, they will select someone for me.
Oh, different cultures. Uh, hey, that takes a lot of the work out of it for you. I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, that's how I see it too. It's hard to find a crush and do all that stuff when don't go out that much.
Well, to your future romantic endeavors.
My future
Raises
romantic lovers.
raises a glass to you.
We
And
clink.
the two of you you know, over the months and the course of the next year or two, become friends with each other. And Eli teaches you a little bit about life. Well, a lot about life, probably, based
Probably
on
a lot.
sad, that sad story. Um,
I like
and
how the status part so far is just he's a sheltered kid, you
he's
know.
a really sheltered kid. But yeah, well, I mean, yeah, and then you teach him a lot about fighting and other things like that. You practice sparring, and the two of you forge a pretty solid friendship. And uh, that's going to bring us to our next scene. So, one day, you are on shift at the keep of the castle. Um, it's a rainy day. You got to be careful out on the ramparts when it's raining. Got to watch out for those lightning strikes and things like that up here at this elevation. Um, the guard itself is a little light today. Quite a few guards are dealing with the situation from the day before with the burglary that had occurred, and uh, your brother himself is leading the investigation and has the criminal currently jailed at the house of the lawbearer. Um, so, you know, on this shift, it's just kind of you, Eli, and one other guard up here at the keep. And as you're kind of patrolling the parapets, you look out and you can start seeing there are these like flashes going off near the walls of the city, near the common ward, and eventually you see a fairly large explosion happen, and you can see that there are just piles of rock and debris flying into the city, and you can see from where you are through the rain that appears to be like torches that are streaming into the city almost. You can see like there are like lights and things like that moving around from crystals. You can see the magic of spells being cast. You can hear the rocketing of gunfire going off, and you can tell that the city is being assaulted, and something must have gone wrong because seems to have come from nowhere. As you're watching this mayhem occur, you remember your training and know that your number one responsibility in this instance is to protect the ruler of the city. And as you run inside of the keep, you slam the doors open like Aragorn entering Helm's Deep, and in front of you I have the tokens a little bigger on this map. You there's a crash of lightning and the rock of thunder, and you can see standing in front of you is Eli with a smoking gun in his hand, and you can see the ruler of the city has been shot dead in his chair. As Eli turns and looks at you, you can see that there's this tattoo on his neck, a black tattoo of a five-headed dragon on his neck. And
has that always been there?
No, it has not. Oh. And yeah, what do you he looks at you and he says, "Don't make me kill you, friend."
What have you done? Out of curiosity, what as just the guard here, what kind of weaponry does Shiv have right now?
I mean, you would have whatever, if you want your axe and whatnot, you got it.
I do want my axe. Okay. So I pull out my axe. I don't bother pulling out my shield. I just am two-handing this axe. Standing there, just looking at him in shock. Eli, what have you done?
Life is not as simple as you think it is, you sheltered, naive moron. And I need you to roll initiative.
Hey, oh God, here we go.
And
7.
I believe I should be able to run this encounter from D&D Beyond if I set this up correctly. My encounters. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. I did not. Okay, let me try. Let me try. Hold on. Stand by. I have an idea.
Good. And then just for role playing purposes too, I'm not gonna. I know I'm 3rd level right now. I'm not gonna cast any of the spells until later. So I'm just gonna do what I have aside from spells.
Can I choose? I can't. Okay. Hide, 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 Okay, we're gonna do that. We're going to call this Eli, the Book of Eli. That's what we should call it. Okay, run encounter. All right. Did you roll your initiative?
Yeah,
11?
it's
Okay.
11.
All right.
He's a quick boy, so probably faster than me.
He is faster than you.
Oh boy.
The numbers aren't showing up on there though. Oh, do I have to hit next? That's fine. No, that's not how that works. Hold on. Undo.
Did I break something?
No, I was just trying to see. It doesn't actually list. It just shows the turn order. It doesn't actually show the initiative rolled, which is interesting. But
Oh, it's showing for me now. Or did you just manually type that
I
in
just
or something?
manually typed it in.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I change the? Hold on. I want to just see. Can I change the name of this creature? No, that's fine. That should say Eli, not Black Viper. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Eli is going to level his pistol at you, and he is going to fire. Does a 12 hit you?
It does not.
Second shot. How about a 14?
It does not.
All right, so he shoots at you twice. He gets 3 shots. Let me fire again.
Goody.
That one's gonna hit. I don't think a 24 is gonna miss.
It's not. You're fine.
That's okay. The damage is not too high on this. That is 7 points of piercing damage. And I mean, be honest with me. Are you surprised? Or do you feel prepared? I feel like you're prepared.
I feel like I'm prepared, yeah, because I
right.
came in, I see this, we had that small little conversation.
All
Saw
right.
him get the gun out.
No sneak attack then. And then Eli is actually going to run away from you. And Eli is going to open up the secret door that you know to be at the back of the room and dip out of your sight. And is going to move down those stairs. So, Shiv, what would you like to do?
So first, I'm gonna see. Able to move it? Or is this not a moving thing?
Oh, I don't think I copied the right token. Let me give you control of this token.
Okay.
Now you should.
Okay. So, man, he can only go 30 feet. Okay. 40. I'm just gonna dash then. Right here. My plan is I'm basically just heading. Like I saw him leave, but I want to check on the ruler here to see his condition. Like, I just want to get it up close personal, just make sure that he is either dead or alive.
Yeah, you can see
I'm
that
looking at
he is. Or well, give me a medicine check.
Oakley,
Let's
Dokley.
use your character, shall we? 13.
13.
He is definitely dead from multiple gunshot wounds at close range.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and rush as fast as I can towards Eli. I'm a big slow dragon though, so that's about as far as I can get right now.
All right. It is your turn again.
Okay, here we go.
So something happens with him.
Let's see. So 5, 10, 50, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Technically, right? Yeah. So I'm just gonna full action dash again. Just try and chase him.
Yeah. So as you run down the stairs, you know that this is like kind of the part of the like the walkway that goes past like this open part of the castle that like kind of leads down into this like canyon like area down below, right? Because the castle is up above, right?
Right.
So this is like one of those kind of like few dangerous places in the castle. And as you come out onto this walkway, I need you to make me a perception check.
And do 14.
So you do not see Eli as you come out onto this walkway. He like swings down from up above and tries to kick you and knock you off of the ramparts. So I need you to make me an opposed athletics check.
Oh, buddy, you're in for it now. Oh,
Oh no. So
that's something.
his
That's a crit fail, right?
his 15 beats your natural 1 as he is going to kick you, and Shiv, you go flying. You go 5 feet and you go flying over the edge of the parapet here of this like walkway, crashing down into the canyon, hundreds of feet below. So what's the max fall damage? Let's see.
Max fall?
Max fall damage 5e. 20d6? That would be 200 feet.
6.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, I'm going to get rolling. Nope, I'm just going to do it in roll 20.
Okay.
That's a lot.
And I got to make this character. Have a blast. Oof.
You would almost live through that with your current HP. That's insane. So as you go, you tumble and fall, and poof, you like hit things as you're going down. Bam! Like smack your head on a rock as you're going down, and your body lays at the bottom of this canyon, broken and bleeding, betrayed by your best friend. And as you're laying there, I need you to make me a death saving throw.
Here we go.
Oh, how you do this in D&D Beyond? Do you know how to do it?
I think so.
Yeah, put yourself to 0 hit points, and then the tracker should show up.
Oh, okay. Maybe I wasn't doing it. Okay, so let's go ahead and minus 54 damage. That's cool. Okay. And then
You didn't die outright.
I did not. So, okay. So
that's one failure.
Uh-oh. Okay. Do I do another one?
Yep.
Okay.
That's one success. So that's 2 failures. Okay, so stop rolling. So Shiv, as you're laying there fading in and out of consciousness, you find yourself kind of you just slipping away, and you can feel the blood draining from your body, and you can see the smoke rising above the canyon. And I need you to make me another death saving throw.
Okay. Are you kidding me?
So, Shiv, you feel as your consciousness slips away, and you can feel as the darkness takes you, there's this single ray of light that seems to pierce the darkness, and you find yourself floating along the sea of souls towards paradise and Paladine's realm. And you can see, as you're walking along, you see the sun tree. And as you approach the sun tree, you can see sitting next to it is a small, about 2 foot tall, multicolored, kind of like almost like Ouroboros, like, you know, like the northern lights kind of colored, like dragon, like Drake, like a baby dragon that is kind of sitting there next to the sun tree, almost like a puppy. And as you walk up to this familiar tree that you have seen your entire life, this dragon runs up to you much like a puppy would to see, you know, their owner, very excited, and runs up and puts their, you know, stands to their full height and puts their paws up on your stomach, you know, their claws up on your stomach. And you hear a voice in your head that says, your time has not yet come. And the voice, you can tell, isn't coming from the dragon. As you turn and look over your shoulder, you see this large platinum dragon that is almost like coiled around the entirety of the sun tree and this Drake and yourself, and its head is right there near you. And as you kind of catch the eye of this dragon, you can see into infinity. And as this happens, there's a flash of light, and you feel breath enter your body. And as you come to consciousness, you see your Uncle Egan standing over you at the bottom of this canyon. And he picks you up, like, and begins to carry you out to safety. And you are alive at 1 hit point, having been revivified by your uncle.
Thank God. Thanks, Uncle.
So as this is, you know, you kind of as this registers, you fade back to unconsciousness, and you wake up in a hut about 4 days later. And the hut is kind of unfamiliar to you in a specific sense that you've never been there before, but it is familiar to you in that you recognize things from your culture uh, as a dragonborn and as a member of the Federation. Um, and you recognize that you are in a hut of the followers of the old ways. Um, but as you awaken, you see that you are in a room by yourself on a like a mat on a floor mat. And what do you do?
Um, First thing I want to do is just take an assessment of my body and see how injured I am.
You're
Like,
very injured. You would imagine you have multiple broken ribs and a few other bones that were probably broken if they weren't mended by magic, and you are very, very sore.
all right, good to know. Uh, I see anyone around me
No, you're in this room by yourself, but you can
by
hear
myself.
voices outside the room.
Okay. I am gonna attempt to get up and get out and see where I am.
Yeah, you kind of like stumble over to the door and slide it open, and you can see your uncle Egan there, conversing with a another dragonborn that's dressed in, uh, I guess what you would consider old like clothing, like old robes of like a very dated kind of fashion. And your uncle comes over and says, "Oh my God, I am so happy that you made it. I nearly was too late when I found you.
Where where are we?
We are someplace far away from the city. We we could not return to the city. We had to flee.
Lee. Is
Yes.
Whitestone fallen?
No, the Frosk clan has fallen. I don't know what happened, but they specifically targeted the clan, and those that they didn't kill, they kidnapped.
You see Shiv at that moment. He's quickly looking around past his uncle and the other dragonborn to see he can't be telling the truth. He has to be lying. He's looking around, seeing if there's anyone else that is from his clan that he would recognize.
The other dragonborn that you see here, black, red, blue dragonborn. You see no other silver dragonborn or anyone else from your clan other than yourself and your uncle.
Can't be serious, uncle.
I didn't spend much time in my investigation, but from flying overhead, I our entire compound was left as a smoldering ruin. I could not find your brother, mother, sister, or your father, or your friend, little friend Eli.
And as it says Eli, you can see his fist is all up, his claws piercing into his palm, and he looks up at his uncle and he says, "Take me to Whitestone now."
Very well. I will show you with your own eyes. And your father, your uncle, being the fairly powerful druid that he is able to shape shift into a form that you're able to fly on his back, into a giant eagle, and he flies you over uh, pretty far overhead, but he flies you over the devastation of the city, and you can see that much of the common ward has been destroyed. The entire house of the Lawbearer has been destroyed. And you can see that the Temple of the Dawn and the entire Frosk compound, it lies in ruins. You do notice that the sun tree remains untouched.
I was just about to ask. Perfect. Okay. Can't believe it. They have gone. They must have run away. They couldn't be captured. They're too strong for that.
I the dead soldiers there, they're from the kingdom. The war has come to Whitestone.
Where do we go now?
I know a place to the south called Elm Ridge County. Have you ever heard of it?
I don't think so.
It's a bit of a lawless place. Neither the Federation nor the Kingdom really have. I mean, it technically belongs to the Federation, but people from all sorts live there. Good place to lay low and might keep us safe and allow us to continue your training and find out where your parents and sister and brother are, and the rest of the clan. But for right now, we have to get out of here. We don't know if the kingdom forces are still around looking for us.
Shiv takes one last look at the Temple of the Dawn, the Sun Tree, just the destruction that's there. And then he does a nod and says, "Let's go."
Okay. And we flash forward to our next scene. After some time, your Uncle Egan and yourself travel for you travel south, through the mountains and through the wilderness, and as you travel, he teaches you a lot of things that you hadn't learned before. How to track, how to survive in the wilderness, how to identify animals and other things in nature. The lessons that back home seemed really boring out here are necessary. And after some time, I guess I'm going to show this map here first. You and your uncle find yourself in the small town of Boulder, bordering the White Fang Mountains, and you guys are, as Dragonborn, you still kind of stick out like sore thumbs. So you don't live necessarily in town. Y'all live on the kind of outskirts of town. You have your own kind of just like small hut that the two of you share. You got a little patch of vegetables and other things like that the two of you have kind of cultivated and been taken care of. And this is where you've been for a little bit. And it's it's let's see, how old do you think you are by the time we get to this point in your story?
Good question. I'm pretty sure I wrote it down. I'm gonna guess like 20 to 25. Like some time has passed now.
Okay, so like, I mean, if you're 20, then it'd be like what, like 3 years have passed. If you're
Yeah.
25, it'd be like 8 years have passed.
Yeah.
So
So let's say 27. do 22 to make it a good 5 years.
Cool. All right. Perfect. So, at this point, you're reached your full height. Like, so what are you? Full, almost 7 feet tall.
Up and whopping 6'6".
Jeez. All right. He's Michael Jordan out here. And at this point, your Uncle Egan, he's getting a little up there in terms of age, and being on the run has, it's not been too kind to his old bones, especially being out in the desert, from where you come, where it's cold. The climate has really been affecting him. So, he's been sick and stuff lately, but, on this morning, he's feeling good, and he's just been out in the garden, taking care of the cacti and other, desert plants that you guys have been cultivating. What do you think Shiv would be doing on a morning like that?
Shiv would be at this point. I'm sure he's taking care of him. So, working on making his favorite breakfast is what he'd be doing. His uncle's favorite breakfast, not Shiv's favorite breakfast.
Oh, okay. So you're cooking up some breakfast for Egan, and
He's a shit cook, so.
What do you think? What do you whip up for him? What's for breakfast on this fine morning? You guys do have like some chickens and things like that, so you would have some eggs if you need those.
He's a simple guy. Within the vegetation, we were able to grow some potatoes. Those are healthy. Those are good. And he's just a simple guy. He just likes his fried potatoes with some eggs and some chicken. It's the reason we got chicken is because he loves eating it. So, so just some chicken, eggs, and some potatoes.
All right, perfect. So you make it just kind of a morning like English breakfast.
Pretty much, yeah. Some beans from town,
Yeah, and so Egan comes in, washes his hands up, and takes this black handkerchief off of his neck that he wears that thing all the time. Even back home, you used to always see him wearing this like black like neckerchief around his neck, and he says, Shiv, my boy, thank you for this meal. I would be in grave danger without you.
As I would be without you, Uncle. Now, please get out of the garden and get some food.
All right, I'll eat. So tell me, how'd you sleep? You still having those nightmares?
Never seem to go away. Just remembering just the devastation that happened, and the vision afterwards with the Drake doesn't make any sense to me. Still.
Yes, you've told me of your vision of Paladine. Tell me, have I... I know that I've told you of our clan's purpose before. I know, don't roll your eyes at me.
Give me, Uncle.
But would you believe me if I told you that it was more that Paladine's blessing to us is the most treasured thing handed down in our clan? And if you're going to be the last of the Frost clan, then it means it will be handed to you. You have
Well,
to...
I can't be the last of the Frost clan. I have you, Uncle.
I won't be around forever, my boy. But when I am gone, you have to promise me that you will carry on the responsibility of the Frost.
I promise you I will.
That's my boy. So, what do you think we should do today? Fishing?
Actually, Uncle, stuff that you've been showing me, the spells, I want
Ah,
to practice those.
we could practice magic today. Are you feeling less humiliated than the last time?
It's just so hard to grasp, Uncle. I
It's
don't
because of
understand
that.
it.
That's your martial mind coming through. You need to let your creativity flow in order for magic to flourish. You can't just always be thinking about swinging your axe or breathing your. I don't know. Do you have flames?
It's cold. It's ice.
You have ice. Or
Yeah.
breathing, or freezing your enemies with your breath. There's more to it than that.
It's just those things come naturally to me. This spell casting stuff, this creativity of the mind, it makes sense to me. Can't do it like you. I want to.
You will. You will learn. Trust me. I mean, you're getting the hang of that hunter's mark fairly well, right? That one seems to be your favorite.
Working on it. Working on it.
Uh, I know, yeah, speak with animals seems to be the one that's giving you the most trouble. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I do it the way you tell me to do it. I speak the draconic tongue for it and wave my hands the way you tell me to wave it, and chickens just still cluck. Don't understand it.
Don't worry, we'll figure it out. Come on, let's go. And um, as you emerge from your hovel, you can see that there is a group of 5 men that appear. Sorry, not men specifically. 5 people that are approaching your hovel.
Do I notice them?
Yeah, you do. You can
Okay.
see them. Yeah, they seem to have like dismounted from their horses and are approaching on foot.
Uncle, I need to get you need to get inside right now.
No, I won't let you face anything alone. I've got your back.
Knowing the strength of the Frogs clan, he looks at him and gives him a nod, and he pulls down his axe, just holding it, not like in a battle stance, just trying to let them know he doesn't mean business, or he means business.
Yeah, I mean, like
Um,
you're not armored up or anything in this situation. You're
no,
just, got your work clothes on for the day and whatnot. And as they approach, you can see that they have their like hands on their hips and their holsters. And the one with the black, long duster, uh, steps up and says, "Howdy, friends. I heard tell that there were some silver dragons out this way. Didn't think it was going to be true." And as you're looking at this guy, he's a human. He has this black hat and this. You can see on his neck this tattoo of a 5-headed dragon that is black. And you can see that he has like 2 guns on his hips and this big old like smile on his face.
it's true that what you speak there, friend. There are dragons here. You should never bother dragons when they're settled. What are you doing here?
We come seeking a dragon's hoard. Word, around, or that silver dragons have something that somebody very powerful is looking for. Y'all wouldn't happen to have something like that now, would you?
All we have here are chickens and cactus. We need to leave.
No, you see, there be 5 of us and only 2 of you. That's a pretty big axe, but how much damage you think you could do before me and my boys finish you off?
His mouth starts to like have frost come out of it, getting ready to charge a breath weapon attack. He says, "More damage than you can." Oh,
Make me an intimidation check.
oh hell yeah, dude! Okay, this better be a good roll. Here we go. Ooh, that's a good roll.
Yeah, you see, like, he kind of takes a step back and then kind of composes himself and looks, and you can see that, like, when he looks towards one of the other guys, like, these guys seem to have this, like, bit of, like, obligation almost, like, when they were looking at each other, like, dude, we have to do this, you know? And he kind of composes himself and he looks back at you and he says, well, all right, have it your way. And he takes his gun out and he's going to shoot at you. You can go ahead and unleash your held action of your breath weapon here.
I believe it's a 13 dex save that they need to do.
Okay. Oh, they all have to, like, is it a cone?
It's a 15-foot cone.
All right. So I'm gonna make 5 dex saves here. What's the DC?
13.
13. That's 1 save, 2 save, 3 save, 3 save, and 2 fails. So you say I'll say this guy failed and this guy failed and the other 3 succeeded.
Okay, so the successful ones just take half damage, and oh, cool, 2 damage.
All right, so there is some damage all around, and then I'm gonna need some initiative from you.
You got it, partner. And I'm not wearing armor or have my shield or anything. It's just this
Nope,
axe
it's
I have.
just axe, and so it'd be 10 plus your dex.
That's a whopping 12 right there. Then my initiative is 9.
All right, 9. Let's see. This guy got 18. This guy got 9. This guy got a 1. This guy got an 8. And this guy got a 13. Oh, I need to roll for Uncle Egan. He got an 11. All right. So this guy in the front is he's okay. Well, he's taking his shot, and as he shoots, he's actually not aiming.
Real quick.
Go for
I'm so
it.
sorry. I'm assuming I have max health now, right? I don't have 1 hit point anymore.
Oh yeah, you're at your normal level 3 health.
Perfect.
Level
Okay,
3
cool.
still.
I was be like, oh wait, this is gonna be a short fight.
Yeah. However, he's not aiming for you, and he actually aims for your Uncle Egan. And that is an 18 on the die, so that is going to hit. I'm going to roll some damage for him. Right, because guns do a lot of damage. That is 8 piercing damage to Egan. And then this guy has multi-attack, so he's going to fire again. And that is a 16. That's going to hit Egan again. Oh, that's a lot more damage. That's 13 damage.
Oh.
All right. It is the next guy's turn. And he's going to follow his boss's lead, and he's going to fire at the older Dragonborn. Seems these guys know a dangerous creature when they see one. That's a 17 and a 15. Both of those are going to hit. Ouch. I'm sorry, Uncle Egan. It's going to be a short round. That is 12 and 13. So that's, what is that, 25? Whew. Okay, so he's taking 46 damage in
one turn.
Yep. So Uncle Egan, riddled with these bullet holes. Let's see, what is he gonna do? Give me 1 second. You see as like his eyes seem to go like this like milky white, and then you can see this cloud forming above all of you, and there's this strike of lightning that comes down right in the middle of these guys, and they all need to make dexterity saving throws because Nick didn't have them split up, and he should have. Wow, that is 4 successes and 1 failure. Damn. Okay, so that is 3d10 lightning damage. Oh, wow. Uncle Egan is pissed. That's 24 damage. So
Damn.
let me look at this here. Okay, so this guy's still up. Plus your 2. So that, okay, got it.
Whopping 2 damage, yeah.
Yeah, and then okay, and then the rest of these guys take half of that. Okay. All right. We have damage marked from Uncle Egan, and he is going to take a step, and he's just going to stand like with his in front of your all's hovel here. All right, this guy is going to get wise and move around here, and then he's going to turn and he is going to shoot at you, Shiv. That is a natural 20.
That hits.
So I'm going to roll these 4 D8s here. And that's 10, 16, 23, 26 points of piercing damage.
All right. Okay.
And then he's going to take his second shot at your uncle.
Oh, okay. Oof.
And 15 hits Uncle Egan, who does not have a high AC. And he is going to take 7 more points of damage. Shiv, it is your turn.
As he takes that second shot, he turns around to see Egan's shot.
He is looking super rough.
He turns back to the guy, growling, his eyes glowing as he casts Hunter's Mark on the dude who shot me and him.
All right, this guy is marked.
Perfect. And two-handing that axe, I'm going to run up to him, up close to his, up close to his face. I'm going to take a swing at him.
Swing away. Your first attack is a natural 20.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage.
Do I just click that thing that says roll damages?
Yep. So you'll roll damages. It should roll the crit for you. Okay. And you're two-handing it. So we're going to look at two-handed damage is 15. Two-handed slashing is 10. So the total is 25 points of damage, and then I need you to roll your hunter's mark, which is also doubled on a crit.
Oh, right. Okay. So where is Hunter's Mark? There it is. It's D6. Is that right?
You tell me. You're the one playing
It is
your
a D6. Yep,
character.
it is. It is. Okay.
So roll
So
2d6 for that, please. 11 more. Wow.
not a bad first attack.
So 36? Is that right? 25
Uh,
plus 11, 36.
at 36. Yep, that's
Whoo,
it.
sheesh.
Jeez.
All right. As you take a smack out of that guy, yeah, I'm going to say he goes down because he's at. Yep, that is correct. That is exactly. Wow. Yep, because that hit puts him at 50. Your 2 points of damage earlier put him to exactly dead.
Damn. Okay.
All right. How do you kill this man?
So as he turns back, looking at him, growling, his eyes glowing, he just charges, lets out a big dragon roar, and just hits right on the side of the neck, swinging downwards in an angle, chopping the dude's head off. And as the head lands, he turns and looks at the others.
You could see many guns being pointed your way as it is the next guy's turn. You do smell the faint scent of urine as this guy kind of ducks behind here, and he's going to fire at you. So this is a gunshot. I think that misses. That's an 8.
It does miss. Whoa!
So you dodge out of the way as you see that one coming. However, his second shot is a 15, which I believe hits you
Totally
without
is.
your armor on. So that is going to be a total of 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay, still up in the fight.
All
Got
right.
2 HP left.
Okay, it is this next guy's turn. And he's going to duck behind here and fire at your Uncle Egan, because that's who he's got a better shot at. Ooh, that hits Egan. But that's low damage. That's only 6 points of damage to him. He's still up. Second shot from that guy is a natural 1. His gun jams on him. All right. It is their leader's turn here. He turns and he is going to fire at you, Shiv. And you can see that he is like genuinely scared, and he's kind of like wildly firing off at you. That is a 19 to hit.
Hit.
For 11 points of piercing damage.
And I am down.
Okay. And that was his first attack, so he's going to shoot at Egan and miss. Okay, it is this dude's turn, and he's going to fire at Egan and miss. Come on, stormtroopers. Second shot. Okay, that one hits for minimum damage. Okay. Uncle Egan is barely up as he takes another 6 points of damage. He's almost down. He is bleeding profusely. But as it comes to his turn, he's going to... he's literally at 3 HP, I think. 5. He's at 5 HP, and he's like crawling around the ground over towards you, Shiv. And he is going to prepare an action. Shiv, I need you to make me a death saving throw.
Got it, Buster. Oh boy, I hope this is not a trend.
All right, and then As this last guy uh, cocks his gun back and fires it at Egan, the first bullet misses, and the second bullet misses. Wow.
Ow.
This guy is going to come around the corner here, and he's going to try to finish this job. Okay, he does. So, cinematically, what happens is as he fires this shot at Egan, like just dead in his chest, Egan unleashes the cure wound spell that he had prepped, and he is going to heal you for 8 points of healing as his body falls on top of you. As this happens, you can see like the your senses come back to you, and your uncle is laying on top of you, dead weight, and you can hear as these guys begin moving about your little, area here. Do you do anything? And you can hear them saying things like, "Did you find it? I can't find anything. There's nothing here."
Quietly, he just grabs his uncle, starts kind of shaking his arm, saying, "Uncle, Uncle, wake up."
There's no response, and you can feel as his blood is like running over you.
He, Shiv clenches his teeth, looks over at the shack, back to his uncle, back to the shack, relaxes his body, and closes his eyes.
And eventually, these men, they do leave, and they just leave their fallen companion behind.
Um, Sorry, while he was doing that, I wanna make sure that he listens quietly to what they're saying. He wants to know what they're looking for.
You hear them talking about an egg.
Okay.
So as they leave, the hot sun is bearing down on you. You roll Egan over off of you, and pull him away from the dead corpse. And as you like begin moving him, you can see that his eyes flutter for a moment, and he looks up at you and he says, "Shiv, Shiv."
Uncle,
And he,
you're gonna be okay. I'll take you back to Boulder and get some help.
"It's too late." You see as he reaches up to that black bandana that he has, and he unties it and he hands it to you, and he says, "The blessing of Paladine is contained within. It can only be accessed through the breath of a frost." And with that, you feel as your uncle's, like, you're cradling him in your arms as the life leaves his body.
He holds the bandana, puts it in like a belt loop or something for now. He sighs, he gets up, and he knows that he deserves a proper burial. So, in his garden that he loves so much, he's gonna start digging a hole and having a burial for his uncle.
Yeah. So you you bury Uncle Egan, and after that, what do you do?
Sorry, Uncle. This isn't the way you were supposed to die. Frost Clan is supposed to die an honorable death. What you went through was not honorable. Now make sure pay back what they took. I'm sorry, Uncle, that I wasn't strong enough. And he's gripping the bandana in his hand, and with his claws stronger and longer now than when he was younger, they start piercing his skin and bleeding into the bandana. And he looks over at the body that has just been laying there, and he wants to gonna go and inspect the tattoo to get like um just to get it burned into his head and just memorized.
Yeah,
And he wants to
it's
search
like
the body
this
for.
circular tattoo that it has a five-headed dragon in this kind of like circular pattern.
Just like Eli.
And he has like a few silver pieces on him, nothing really that valuable. And he does have a revolver. That's probably his most
Oh,
valuable thing.
coward's weapon. Picks it up. He steals his belt with the oh boy, I'm drawing a brain fart here. I was gonna say a gun sheath, but but
Holster?
a holster. Thank
I
you.
got you. I got you.
He puts it around him as best as he can. He's gonna put the gun in there just for intimidation's sake. He doesn't want to use it or anything like that. He might even sell it later on for more money, but
Yeah, he's got an
he,
Obi-Wan personality. Okay.
yeah.
So uncivilized.
um, he takes the silver that he had to, and he turns around back at their little hut, and he goes in there to inspect the damage.
Yeah, they tore the place to pieces. Like you guys had a few like pots and other things like that you had like your flour in and your other like kind of like non-perishable food, and they like smashed the pots and like spread everything around trying to look in heads and tails, or like they basically tore the place to pieces looking for whatever it is they were looking for, this egg.
Um, Shiv's trying to think back and any sort of spots that his uncle would have been at, praying at, or anything to try and gleam of what he said.
I mean, you've been here with him every minute of every day, right?
Hmm.
There's no egg here.
Do you have Do you recognize anything that was taken, or is it just destroyed and nothing's really gone now?
Yeah, like you guys didn't have anything valuable, you know? Like your axe like is probably the most valuable thing here, you know, like in your armor, and they didn't take any of that stuff.
Hmm.
You just heard them talking about this egg.
Big B. Why would he check for us for this egg? Um. Okay. Here's what he's gonna do. Um. He wants to. Shiv's gonna go and look at the tracks and see which direction they went.
You can see that they lead off back out into the highlands and actually that direction, not back towards town.
Jeez. Okay.
So
Oh,
you reckon it'd probably be safe for you to go back to town.
yeah. He's gonna gather what he does have, anything that can take with him, and start heading into Boulder.
All right. So you make your way. You kind of clean yourself up and make your way into Boulder. You're still pretty hurt, and you don't. I don't think you have a way to heal yourself. Do you? Do you have cure wounds?
I got good berries, but I, for the sake of things, am not good at casting that.
Mm. So, yeah, so you're pretty beat up, but you make your way to the kind of the only place where there's really like rooms available. There is like in like a kind of like tavern inn, at bar like at the in Boulder, that you make your way to. And I don't think this is the right token. 1 second. Okay. And you are down here.
Walking in, perfect. When he left, he had the determination of just like enduring the pain and just going through. But the trek down to Boulder and the bullet wounds that he has and just the damage he's taken, he's at the end of his line here, and he pushes open the door, just like stumbling through, holding his wounds and just walking through.
Yeah.
Just whispers, "Help, help," as he takes one knee down on the ground.
Just like right inside the door.
Uh, just right, probably like he opened the door and he started walking in, so he's just barely at the entrance, I think.
Okay, kind of like near the pool table here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you can see that a few people are like kind of looking at you, it's like giving you this like weird like kind of side eye. Like you know that people in Boulder, like the attitude isn't really like we take care of each other here. It's definitely like a every man for himself kind of a town. Um, but you see from the bar that there is this man that stands up and is apparently on the map layer, not on the token layer. uh, and he stands up and finishes his drink and makes his way across the bar towards you. And he leans down and offers you a hand, and he says, "You look like shit, my friend."
He looks up at him, looks at his hand, grabs and pulls him up. He's like, "I've seen better days."
Come on, I got a room. Let's get you cleaned up. I'll get you some food and something to drink. Name's Maverick.
Shiv,
Nice to meet you.
likewise.
Come on. And he leads you back, you know, up to upstairs to his room. There's like a wash basin in there and things like that, and he like helps you in, and he is like as you're kind of like, did you put your armor on over your bullet wounds, or were you just carrying it with you? What were you doing?
Um, so initially the artwork was he was wearing it when he got shot, but it makes more sense that he wasn't wearing it, so he may not have the bullet wound on the armor. So,
It could be
um,
other things.
could be other things, could be future things, who knows?
I
But
mean, he definitely
um,
fell down a ravine in his armor.
he definitely did. He definitely did. So, um, I'm assuming the armor was at the house, and he did put it on just to try and go out, and if he did run into them again. So he is wearing his armor and stuff like that right now. Um, it is banged up. It's not looking good at all, though. But
Okay. So as you kind of are like, he's like helping you take off the armor, and you're like, oh, oh, oh. And he notices all the, like, how many times did you get shot just now? 4 times? You have 4 bullet holes in you?
That's
Uh,
about right.
and he's like, kind of like, okay, take it easy, take it easy. Here. And he walks over and opens like this like briefcase basically up, and he pulls out this vial that has this like red liquid in it, and he says, here, drink this. It should help some. And it's a like a greater health potion, and it it heals up. You can see like as your wounds begin to heal, like the bullets like fall out of you like onto the floor. And you feel like you're not dying.
Thank the Lord. Big paladin. Okay, cool. Do I recover HP from that?
Yeah. I guess I should roll that, huh? Let's see. It would be, if it's a greater, it's 4d4 plus 4. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You'll recover 12 hit points from that.
Better than 8. Perfect.
That puts you up to like what, 20? Almost full.
Exactly. Exactly. Wow.
I'm good at this shit.
So as the bullets like hit the ground and recovering a bit more, he looks at him and gives him back the glass vial. He's like, "Thank you."
Welcome. You how come you weren't carrying that armor in that portable hole you got around your neck? And he like points to that black bandana that you have around your neck.
A portable what now?
It's magic. You didn't know you had magic around your neck?
No.
Yeah, I seen one of those before. Here, let me show you how to use it. And he like holds his hand out to like take the handkerchief from you. He doesn't like straight up snatch it. He just like holds his hand out towards you.
Just to be safe, from his history and especially what just happened, and knowing that not a lot of people are like helpful in Boulder, can I do an insight check to see if he is just wanting to take it and go?
Oh, you surely can.
Perfect. Oh wow, cool.
I mean,
Solid 8.
yeah, you don't trust this guy. Like, there's like exactly like you said, because of everything that just happened, just doesn't feel right. And you kind of like hesitate and you like pull back, and he's like, "Oh, hey, it's okay. I get it. I'll just explain it to you. So what you do is you just kind of you take it and you just have to fan it out. You know how you like unfold it, and as you unfold the handkerchief, you should be able to kind of like, for all intents and purposes, like slap it on a surface, and you could put things down inside of it, and then you could pick it up and fold it back up."
Shiv gives him a weird look because he's never heard of anything like this in his entire life. So he takes off the bandana, does exactly what he says. He's sort of fanning it out. He puts it on a wall.
Yeah, so you fan this out, and it expands to about 6 feet in diameter, and you slap it up against the wall of the room, and you peer inside, and inside is it's just a black, kind of like extra dimensional hole, and that's about 10 feet deep, and there is one thing that is inside this hole, and it is, as you look inside, there is I believe it's an iron chest, that is about, I don't know, size of, what is that the size of? Like one of those like old TVs, like fairly decent
Oh, okay.
size, but like you could still
Okay.
carry it. Um, and yeah, it looks to be just like this iron box. Um, but as you're looking at it, this box doesn't seem to have any hinges or latches or a place for a key or anything. It's just like this iron box with like no lid basically, but is sealed. And
No.
Maverick's kind of just looking over your shoulder, doesn't say anything. And
Can
he
I reach
actually,
in and try and pull it out?
yeah, and as you reach in, you actually notice that Maverick kind of like takes a step back, like just kind of like takes his hat off, like, and is just kind of like letting you like have your own time with it. And just like kind of like he's not watching. As you reach in, you pull it out. Um, the iron is very cold to the touch.
Not seeing any hinges or anything like that. He's not the smartest guy in the bunch, but he's gonna try and with all his might grab the top of the chest and just try and pry it open.
Yeah, make me an athletics check, please. All right, so you have that's a natural 20
Yeah.
for a total of 29. Um, you dig your claws into the top of this thing and heave with all of your might. I actually need you to roll me a d6 plus your strength.
6 plus my strength. Okay. Uh, is it D6? Okay. Wow. Uh, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
All right. So you actually deal about 11 points of damage to yourself as you're straining your muscles and you're
Jeez.
pulling literally as hard as you can is in like every ounce of frustration and rage and every negative feeling that has been brought up over the last 24 hours you pour into the tearing at the top of this thing. And eventually Maverick comes over and he's like, whoa, 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 calm down, stop, you're gonna hurt yourself. And you have not managed to open this box.
I'd like to just point out that I love that I healed up damage and then I'm almost back to where I started at the beginning
Yeah,
of this. So.
yeah. And this time it's from like this like fatigue and the emotional strain and just everything. Like you literally did, you know it in your heart that you did the literally best you could do and you couldn't open it with your strength.
So he does. He drops the chest as Maverick comes and pulls him off of it. He's
You
panting,
you
exhausted.
okay, man?
Don't understand. It won't open.
Well, some things have keys. Can't be opened just by raw power, you know what I mean? Most things that are locked need a key.
He gives a nod and he looks back at the chest. Is there any sort of like inscriptions on it or anything like that?
No. It's just in this freezing to the touch like iron box.
Um, Shiv is gonna remember the words of his uncle. He remembers the Frox's breath as the key. He looks at Maverick. He's like, "Stand back."
He
As he
like
goes ahead,
backs up against like behind the bed.
he does his right there in the room. Does his breath attack?
Yeah, so as the breath kind of comes out of like what does your breath weapon look like? What does the ice, like look like?
So how I envision it is like as he's charging it up, it's the whole like frost stuff coming out of his mouth, like the fog of like cold air comes out. When he blasts it, it's a blinding white bluish light that just hits, and it's sort of like opposite of fire breath. Like as soon as this the light hits it, everything around it is essentially just like covered in a frost, and maybe there's some like icicles sort of standing there as well. It's just an energy blast that comes out of his mouth. And when it's done, it's just leaving a wake of frost.
Yeah, and you can see like as like the cold begins to envelop the ice begins to envelop this chest. You can see these bluish, like these blue glowing runes begin to completely fill the entirety of the chest, and you can see symbols of Paladine, and you can see the Frosk family seal, and you see these carvings of dragons and other arcane runes that you don't even know what they are, and they begin to trace their way, kind of starting from the bottom and trace their way up and around this iron chest. And as they trace near the top where your claw marks are, there's this like seal that begins to become unlocked, and you can see as the top of this chest kind of and lifts up, and this like smoke, this like, it's like you know how you open the when you open a thing of dry ice and like all the smoke comes out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that as this like lid opens up, and you look down inside, and inside of this box there is an egg, a rather large oval egg that is blue and white. Like it's like white with these like blue speckles.
He looks at Maverick and he's like, "What do you suppose this is?"
I'm gonna make a knowledge check for Maverick. Let's see. Hell if I know. That was cool though. Who are you?
Told you my name's Shiv.
Where you from, Shiv?
In his cards to the chest, he's just gonna say, "In the north."
The Federation.
Nods.
I mean, oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say he reaches in and slowly pulls the egg out.
Yeah, as you touch the egg, you get this sense of familiarity. And you can see as you remove it from the chest, the runes begin to fade away, and it is no longer cold. It is just an iron chest that is open. And you're holding this egg in your hands that is about the size of, Togepi.
Oh boy, I hope I get a Pokemon out of this.
Right? We all know what this image looks like.
Yeah. You have any a blanket I can borrow?
Yeah. He like scoops the blanket off of the bed and brings it over to you.
And he's gonna wrap the egg in the blanket, put it back in the chest, and he's gonna close the top of it, and he's gonna put it back in the hole. He's gonna just say, "I'm gonna check on this later. Not
Yeah.
safe right now."
I was gonna ask you, like, everything you know, I'm not gonna say is everything okay, but is somebody gonna be coming and shooting up my room? I'd like to know.
Maybe. I don't know if I can stay then.
No, no, you're good. See, I don't think that anyone's gonna try to fuck with me. I got a bit of a reputation. My pops has a bit of a reputation, so you stick with me, you'll be fine.
He looks over and he's starting to build that trust up and gives him another nod and says, "Thank you." But I have a question for you.
Shoot, that was so cool. I'll tell you anything.
But you know anything about and with tattoos on their necks?
A lot of
Specific.
Oh,
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, lots of gangs rock tattoos and things like that, especially like prison gangs and some of the gangs around Port Pearl. Yeah.
Specifically, it's a circular tattoo with five heads on it.
Let me think. I don't know that one off the top of my head. I'm sorry. My dad, he was part of the Longhorn gang, and they all have a tattoo on their arms to kind of, how did he describe it? Signify the bonds of their friendship and family. A lot of good that did. They all broke up and went their separate ways. But yeah, I'll keep an eye out for you and keep my ear to the ground, see if I can't find anything out for you. Have you checked, like, the wanted posters? The bounty board?
I've not. Where can I find this bounty board?
Downstairs.
He stands up and just a little bit fatigued after everything. Sort of just like winces a little bit in pain. He says, "Maybe I'll check it after I get some rest."
Yeah. You catch some Z's, and I'll go get us some food and make sure it's up here for you when you wake up.
Maverick.
Yeah, no problem, kid. So you sleep for like a day, and you did eventually spend some time with Maverick, getting to know him. He shows you the bounty board. You do see that there are a couple of bounties out for these guys with these tattoos on their necks. You're apparently not the only people that they have accosted. But they don't have a name for them. They just call them the Black Dragon Gang.
Okay. Do I like? I just like take the poster down.
Sorry.
And bring it with me.
Sorry,
Or...
that's not what I decided to call them.
Okay.
It was the Dragon Skull Gang.
Dragon Skull Gang.
Yeah, that's what I decided to call them. You do see a couple of other bounties on the board. One for a guy named Silas Paul, who was last seen in the Yellow Bear Woods, and a guy named August Matthews, who was last seen in Mossman Thicket. Yeah. After well, I guess we'll play that scene out. So Maverick kind of shows you the bounty board and says, so yeah, you can see here, like, this is where they're wanted. Like, this Silas guy, He's wanted down in Amarillo, looks like. And then this guy here, yeah, he's wanted over in Willow Roost. Makes sense. So yeah, you just kind of see who's paying and if they want a dead or alive, and you can make a decent living off of bounty hunting.
Does it show? Does it? Okay, two questions. One, are these are the two guys with the tattoos on their necks?
Yeah,
Are these just
why
random
not?
dudes?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
I'll say we do know their names because why not?
okay. And then two, what do the rewards say for Silas and August?
Silas is a small reward of like 75 gold. August is a little bigger at 150.
Which one's closer, Yellow Bear Woods or Moss Man Thicket?
Oh, Yellow Bear's just down south. You thinking of going out and trying to collect on these bounties?
Seeing as I don't have a means of getting money right now, seems to be the easiest way. As he says that, he takes the poster of Silas Paul and tears it down, pulls it up, and puts it in his pouch or his pocket or whatever he's got.
Well, I ain't about to let you go get yourself killed, so mind if I tag along?
By all means, you absolutely can.
Right. And you and Maverick go on a little adventure. Um, and in the process of which you end up catching up with good old Silas, and the two of you are able to, after a bit of a firefight, he unfortunately does not want to come alive, and you are unfortunately not able to get too much information about the Dragon Skull gang from him before he died. But you were able to collect that kill. And that night, you know, you and Maverick make camp in the Yellow Bear Woods, and
I'll say too, just when we feel like we know it's safe, I want to just hold on to the egg and just keep it safe outside of the portable hole, just so that way I can
perfect.
keep an eye on it.
Yeah, and you know, it's a fairly brisk evening. Like it's pretty cold. Um, when would you like your dragon's birthday to be?
Ooh, okay. Let's see.
I think I sent you the calendar. You should
I
have
did,
it.
did. Um, let's make it. What's the cold seasons here? Is it
That
essentially just like
yeah, it's
right?
essentially like yeah, Vault would be December and Zarentir would be January.
Let's make it. Well, let's do Vault. Uh, Vault 12. Vault 12.
Alt 12. Okay. I'm writing this down. I'm going to write it in a different place. Okay, so as you're sitting there by the fire, taking care of the dragon egg, like you do, you uh, you put it like down, like kind of like by your feet, just for a second, while you pick up your beans and like kind of just take a bite of your beans. and front straight from the can. And you look down, and you can see that there is this crack going through the top of the egg.
Maverick,
What?
what's happening with the egg?
And you can see, like, as you say that, the egg kind of moves and begins to wobble.
Pick it up and just observe. Just watching it.
Yeah, and as you're like holding it, these cracks from the top begin to, and they are cracked all the way around the egg, but you can see that like the egg doesn't seem to actually be like shattering, right? It should shatter by this point, but you can see that these cracks are just forming and it's moving like it's waiting for something.
I take my hand, just with my claws. I kind of just try and pierce the egg a little bit, just to help out as much as I can. I don't want to do all the work for this little guy, so uh, just trying to like pry it a bit more open and peeling away some of the shells just to help.
Yeah, so you as you pierce like into the egg with your claw, you feel this like this like rush of energy, and this like the snow around kind of like where you're sitting flourishes and spins around you, and there's this like flurry of snow, and there's this gold glowing light that just starts to form inside of this flurry between you and this dragon egg. As this as this happens, like the glow like emits and then kind of dims, and as it dims, the egg shatters in your hands, and like standing there in your hands is a baby dragon. uh what does your what does your dragon look like?
Oh man! Oh, I'm so excited. So it's a has dark scales, but not like black or anything. It's like a weird brighter gray color. The tips of the scales of this little dragon are translucent. Um, it's just like see through essentially. Um, and it no wings. It's just a combination of a dragon and a little puppy, I guess. Yeah.
All right. And Maverick, it like as like the snow like that was like swirling around you settles back down, and you can see that Maverick is like up, standing up, like just kind of like waiting, like about to like jump into action. And he looks at you and he sees this dragon in your hands, and he's like, "Oh man, that was awesome. What are you gonna call it?"
My clan, we had a name for young dragons, hatchlings that were born. Called them Kata. I'm gonna name. I'm gonna name her Kata.
That's a cool name. Nice to meet you, little Kata. And as he like takes his fingers and kind of like drums them underneath her chin. Uh, and with that, he says, "Look, um, Shiv, there's something I gotta tell you. I'm not going all the way to Amarillo with you. I can't go back there, not yet."
I'm asking why. Mind me asking why.
Yeah, I mind, but um, after this, guess I owe you. I'm looking for my mom. I'm looking for my mother, and I can't go back and face my dad. Not yet. I gotta find her first. I got a point to make.
I understand.
But you take the horse and put this body on there, and you take it and you collect that bounty, and hey, hit up my old man. He'll give you a place to stay, and you could look for work around Amarillo. It's a good town. I think you'd like it there. People don't ask too many questions.
Got room for a bounty hunter there?
That's where this guy was from, and he like slaps Silas across the face.
I'll be sure to let your old man know how you're doing. Sure, he'll appreciate it.
Yeah, he will. You're a good man, Shiv.
You're a good man too, and it's not you owing me. I still owe you. You're the one who saved my life after all.
Well, you hold on to that generosity, and maybe I'll come calling on it someday.
Will do. Next time I get some money, I'll make sure we get that drink together.
And I actually think we're going to stop right there.
Sounds good. Damn. Oh yeah.
I think that is about the story of how you came to be in Amarillo. Now, I do have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Where, and this is for the record, Mayor Longhorn Jack, who you do meet and get to know and does give you a place to stay. So the question is, would you like to live on Little Hill, Big Hill, or Yonder Hill?
Oh, man.
Or, I mean, or you could just stay at the mayor's manor. Maybe that's where you stay. Where do you think you stay when you're in town?
Dude, I want to shack up on Little Hill, man. Like if I, after
Yeah.
successful bounties, I, go to the KO Saloon.
Yeah, near the KO Saloon. Okay, makes sense to me. Okay, so where's your token? Did I put it on this map? I didn't even put you on here yet. Shiv is on Little Hill. Boom. All right, man. There you go. I think we have you all set to join on
Sunday?
On
Is it this
Sunday.
Sunday?
It's this Sunday. Yeah, Halloween. Halloween.
I was gonna say, I know it's Halloween, so I didn't know if that was a for sure day or not. So.
Yes, it is. We're gonna do a Halloween episode.
Ooh, with that dead rider. By the way, if it's cool with you, totally up to you. I watched the last session. I took extensive notes on the last session, so that way I'm up to speed. Can I do the recap for the next session, if that's cool with you?
Sure. I would love to hear it from somebody else's perspective. I love that. So absolutely, I would love that.
Awesome. I cannot believe, by the way, that I got a crit on my athletics check on the chest, and then later on rolled max damage on that. Of course it happened right there and then, easy.
I mean, you got you rolled two crits. You rolled your first attack was a natural 20, and then you you rolling a natural 20 on that chest. I was like, ooh, this is just poetic. It's great.
Dude, you did a great job, man. Great job. I was worried because I was like, oh man, I gave him so much to work with. I hope he isn't overwhelmed or gets confused or anything. You did it beautifully. Awesome job, man.
Thank you, sir. I had a lot of fun. Thank you for letting me take your story and tweak it and change it in my own ways.
Oh, loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah. I have to ask you, here on stream, How did you feel when I was like making you make those death saving
I
throws?
was sweating bullets. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I got that second failure, and you're like, "All right, stop." I was like, "Okay, he's only telling me to stop so I don't like die." And then you're like, "That's death saving." Like, oh God, okay. And then when I saw it hit the failure, I was like, "Now what? Like, like what's gonna
Like my
happen?"
character just
Oh
died
man,
in this
I was
like session 0.
I was sweating bullets. And then like the second time, you were like, all right, roll your death save, and it got an 8 again. I was like, this can't be a trend. Like this can't be a thing that this just happens. Like
Oh
when I
yeah.
go down, I just fail all my death
Oh my
saves.
gosh, the first time that you go down in the campaign, like I'm going to be paying attention to it like a hawk, you know? Be like, all right, what's his first death save going to be? Is it good? Because I think you rolled 1 success in all of the death saves that I had you roll.
It's cool. It's fine. It's not a bad thing at all. It's cool. And so just going forward with this, I'm gonna assume that he's been there for a little bit now. He's been practicing his spell casting. He's been training with Ada.
Yeah, I was thinking
Um,
so from level 3 to level 4, you collect that bounty, you train Kata up, you go after the other guy that I just mentioned, August, what was his
August
name?
Matthews.
August Matthews. Like you go hunt down August Matthews, and that's where you get from level 3 to level 4.
Okay, not to beg here or anything, but I was like scraping by on like buying my equipment, and I only have like one silver
Well,
piece.
you
And
will have 150 gold after you collect the bounty on August Matthews. So I think like it would make sense for you to have 150 gold
okay,
because that is the
cool.
bounty that I put on him.
Thank God. Like I ended up like getting rid of stuff and getting some javelins, and I was like, okay, I have one electrum, 8 silver. No, at the time, four
Yep.
silver and 5
I
copper.
mean, that's what you were saying, right? That you were like,
Oof,
I'm broke and I got to go get a bounty, right?
pretty much, yeah. Um, okay, so next question, I guess. So, um, actually, several small questions. I'll be super quick.
You're good.
Um, with the people that came in, the other party members, I would have been out of Amarillo when they arrived, correct?
Correct. Yeah. I
Okay.
think you've probably been gone for about a year is what I decided.
Okay. And I like what I'd like to think is either I was out doing some bounties or I went back up to Boulder to pay respects to Egan or something.
Oh yeah, like yeah, you're just like out of town. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. Um, next question. With the 150 gold that I just got from these bounties, can I look into getting some more equipment before Sunday?
Make me a charisma check.
Okay. My charisma is 0. Okay. Ugh! And
That was the DC, sure.
oof, okay. It's not gonna
don't
be much.
don't spend it all in one place.
I won't. I just want to make sure I got like proper things that like I had to get rid of. Like I barely got like a lantern. I don't think I have any oil. No, I don't have a lantern. So yeah, I'm just trying to just make sure I got the essentials and then we're good.
Yep.
Um cool. Okay. Oh, I also have a portable hole now.
Yeah. Oh
That's
yes. Please add that to your inventory.
dude, sick tie-in on that. I was like sitting there and I was like when you said portable hole, I was like, you're kidding me. Like I have one of those now.
Yep.
Okay.
I
And
had to. I was like, I was trying to think. I was like, how do I make it so the bandits don't
oh,
find it?
right.
And I
Um
was like, oh, this makes sense, and is
okay.
also one of my favorite items. So
So
so use it
uh
well. Use it as creatively as I have. I challenge you.
I will try. The one and only time I've ever had a portable hole, someone put it in a bag of holding. So
That's
it
just a
wasn't
dick
very.
move.
They didn't know any better.
Who
So
would who on their in their right mind would like turn a bag of corpse storing inside out and open a portal to hell? Like
I don't.
what kind of a person would do such a thing?
I don't know. It sounds
Definitely
like
not Rafal.
I was about to say it
Definitely
sounds like
not.
something that's familiar to you. So um, oh man. Oh, one last update, just to
Go for it.
clarify and just make sure as far as like gameplay goes forward with you. Um, So with the Fizzband's like source coming out now,
Yeah.
it doesn't have a time limit for the Drake anymore. Like the Drake's just out there and about.
Yeah, it's just out till it
Um,
dies, right?
right, yeah. So it either until it says once
It goes to
I so
0 HP, I think.
0 hit points
Yeah.
until I use this feature to summon the Drake again,
Mm-hmm.
or until I die
Yeah,
and the
it's
Drake goes
it's
away.
it's essentially the same wording as like find steed.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So am I able to like in certain situations like you mentioned it was going to be in like some sort of a pocket dimension where the Drake is going to be.
Oh yeah, I mean
But there,
for all intents and purposes, your Drake's home is the Sun Tree. That was my
perfect.
idea.
Perfect. Okay.
So as
And
long as
so
the Sun Tree is alive and well, your Drake has somewhere to return to.
perfect. And I can just return it whenever I want. It comes back whenever I summon it essentially.
Yeah, that was the idea.
Okay. Okay. And then one last just question on it. So when I summon it, it has the draconic essence tied to it.
Yeah.
Just because it doesn't really super clarify it.
No, it looks like
Um,
you get to
could be
choose every time you summon it.
right. So could I, in turn, like if like right, like let's say right now it's lightning, right? And if it's already out, we're in combat, and I want to change it to fire. Would that just be an action that I could do? Is just like transition the draconic essence to be fire, or would I have to get rid of the Drake and summon it again?
I think you have to get rid of it and summon it again because
Gotcha.
it's when you summon it you choose that, and the summoning only takes one action, so you could
True.
easily do that in combat, I guess. Blink it out and blink it back, or
Yeah.
can you can't dismiss it, right? When you summon the
That's
Drake, oh, if you do it again. Oh, okay, so you could do
I
it
summon the
once
Drake again.
essentially, for per long rest. I guess you could pull that.
Okay.
Yeah, looks like you can.
Cool. Okay.
I think the idea is like you could summon it at the beginning of the day and then like kind of choose it there. I think that's like the basic idea of it,
Gotcha. Okay. All
or
right,
just leave
man.
it on something. Yeah, that was fun, man. I had a
That
lot
was
of
a good
fun.
sesh.
Thank you for doing that for me. And is it Sunday yet?